Hey everybody, Jay Glazer here, and today I'm talking about the dreaded, the hated, the despised, yes, you guessed it boys and girls, low ball offers. I'm going to give you the top 4 tips to deal with them if you are the seller of a home in New York City and beyond. But first, I need your help. We want to transition this video series away from the Facebook Live update moniker we've been giving it. And I would love you who are watching live or are going to watch later tonight, because I know you can't get enough of these videos, to let me know what you think we should call our video series. Now, our friend Tom Ferry calls his show The Tom Ferry Show, but my esteemed colleague Peter Kahn said I should not call it The Jay Glazer Show. So please drop some comments down below and let me know what you think a nice little 5 to 10 minute real estate blog, video blog once a week going out to everybody in the ecosystem should be called. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you are interested in signing up for our newsletter, brokers, clients, friends, we do write once a month. I write the newsletter myself. I'm not using some sort of service to write it, and it's kind of me waxing poetic a little bit more on the deeply on the topics that we sometimes discuss on our videos, but then also general market conditions as well. So before I break into our dreaded lowball offer conversation, I'm going to talk about our have, needs, and knows. So what do we have? We listed a great classic 6. For those of you outside of New York City, a classic 6 is a pre-war layout. It is essentially a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment with a maid's room and 3rd bath, which is a sort of own compartment and quarters, but in this day and age, that maid's room and 3rd bath is really used as a 3rd bedroom. So let's just call it what it is, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It is on the Upper East Side. It's a rental. It's available for $9,700 a month, and that is a great deal compared to the last time we rented. So that's what we have. What do we need? Right now we're working with a buyer. She has a budget of around $1 to $1.3 million for a 2-bedroom in the East Village. Very specific criteria. If you have something out there, reach out to us. We have a ready, willing, and qualified buyer who is absolutely looking to pull the trigger. And what do we know? We know that lowball offers are coming. Just like winter, lowballs are coming. So let's talk about them. And I'm going to jump right into these 4 tips if you're a seller on how to handle lowball offers. The first tip, and this is a very important one. Sellers, do not take it personally. An offer is simply an offer. Just like you are entitled to list your property for a price you deem appropriate, a buyer is entitled to make an offer on a property that they deem appropriate. So if that offer is out of line with your expectations and deemed lowball, do not take it personally. It is our job as the broker, as the representation of you as our principal, to ensure that we are being as level-headed and thoughtful about the process as humanly possible, and taking emotion out of it is one of the best ways to do so. This is a very emotional process as is, so taking an offer personally is immediately putting you in position of digging your heels in the sand and not being logical and potentially level-headed about how we're going to best get to the finish line and hopefully come to a meeting of the minds with this potential offer. Second tip, always provide a counter offer. There are way too many times that I've represented buyers and the seller refuses to counter just because they didn't like our offer. Kind of plays into tip number 1 about not getting it emotional and taking it personally. Always provide a counter. Listen, if you really think somebody's offer as a buyer is incredibly inappropriate and low, then just offer a $5,000 or $10,000 counter. Now, if you're in a market where even $5,000 or $10,000 is a large amount of money, then offer an increment that makes sense, $500, $1,000. If you have a mega unit, then obviously don't offer $5,000, offer $50,000. But just a gesture that says, hey, I've received your offer. I understand you're making an offer on my property. Thank you for that offer. Here's my counter. We are not quite where we need to be. We're not on the same level. Here's my counter that indicates such sentiment, right? Actions speak louder than words, and not giving a counter is a non-action counter. So you must provide a number to a person who's making an offer on your home, even if it's lowball. The other thing is, the third tip, if you don't like this offer, okay, set it aside for a minute and then leverage other people who might be circling the property and offer them and encourage them to make an offer, right? The law of attraction is very much a major theme in the real estate world. I know that sounds maybe a little wishy-washy, hoopy-doopy, but the reality is the law of attraction is real. It's like an auction mentality. When one person wants something, the next person throws up their paddle and bids on it. So there's this sense of chemistry, that somebody's really got to get their hands on something. So when someone makes an offer on a property, that signals to another buyer, oh, there's a real interest in this property. There must be something that's worth pursuing here. It's very much like line mentality. When you see 10 people waiting online, you're compelled to wait on the line too, because there must be something everybody's got to have. So that's tip number 3. And the last tip, which you might not like to hear, sellers, but is actually important to consider when you receive a lowball offer, is re-examine the price you have your property on the market for and assess, is this actually a lowball offer? Or did this buyer make an offer that's in line with market conditions and appropriate with the comps, and perhaps we just overpriced your property, or we were slightly misaligned with where the market is? So it's very important for you to take that offer and say, hey, this offer is indicating that the market is maybe here and I'm there. So you can find a way to use that offer to really help understand what the appropriate price is for your home. So you go from hating this person by taking it personally to almost thanking that person and saying, wow, you really helped inform me on the price of my home. The reality is you'll never know what the appropriate price for your home is until you're on the market and you're having a dialogue with the marketplace. So those are our 4 tips for the week. Again, handling the dreaded lowball offers. Hopefully you found them helpful. I'd love to hear your comments again on the title of the show that you think we should call it. Maybe we call it the whatever color sweater this is show. I'm happy to wear it every single time. Or maybe we call it something else. Leave me your comments, and again, share your email address if you're interested in joining our newsletter. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll see you again next week.